So tonight, President Donald Trump is going to do his State of the Union address. And now, as I said yesterday, it's going to be fairly standard. He's going to be reading from a teleprompter. That's fine. Actually, that makes him sound a little bit less insane. But I swear to God, if somebody actually on cable news points to that speech where, you know, he's not drooling or shitting all over himself and saying, oh, my God, today is the day Donald Trump became presidential, I'm going to fucking scream. Okay. I'm just getting that out there because nothing frustrates me more than people saying, now President Trump has learned to be president. He's now being more accepted. And that's funny because that's one of the things that he has always wanted to do is be accepted by the elite. And now that he's got the tax cuts for the millionaires, billionaires, and the corporations, now people are a little bit more accepting of Donald Trump, or at least people in the higher economic statuses, even though he's a complete blithering moron. But again, on his speech, he's probably going to talk about how the economy is so fantastic and how the workers, the workers are just making so much from these tax cuts, pointing out to the $1,000 bonuses, all that stuff, right? He's also going to probably crow about how we saved coal. That's going to be fun and interesting. Especially considering the report where coal miner deaths are actually up. So, look, he's going to do all that. That's his standard thing, right? So, to give you, like, I guess I'm giving you that context so that I can show you the rebuttals. Now, of course, the official Democratic Party rebuttal is going to be, it's going to be hosted by or presented by Joe Kennedy III. And to that I say, who? What? Oh, but you don't understand, Jeff, he's a Kennedy. And? I thought this was America, where we don't believe in political dynasties, where we don't believe in anointed ones or king, right? So I don't care what your last name is. I actually care where you're at in the issues. Now, Joe Kennedy III is terrible on the issues. He's actually an establishment Democrat. He's a corporatist. He's actually not in favor of Medicare for all, which is a 60% approval rating among the American people. He's not in favor of progressive priorities, takes a lot of corporate money. So I ain't interested in what he has to say. So it's going to be more of Trump is bad, and he's a bad man, and the Democrats, we could probably do marginally better, even though we're basically insisting on keeping the status quo. So that's going to be Joe Kennedy's speech, right? Now, there are others, and I'm going to mention Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders is doing his own rebuttal, which is fantastic. I mean, what, do you expect he's going to do the Democratic Party rebuttal? Of course not. And, of course, Peter Dow is out there screaming, but he's not a Democrat! Well, in that case, actually, that works in his favor, so he can give his own State of the Union speech. But wait. There are also other, at least there's one other Democrat that is actually also doing a speech that I'm going to mention here, and that is, of course, Maxine Waters. So she's going to go on BET, she's going to do her own speech. I'm assuming that is also going to be about impeachment. So I'm not so much as interested in watching that, but there's another option if that's what you're into. But Bernie Sanders, what he'll be doing, and this is, I guess this makes it different than other State of the Union speeches or rebuttals. Bernie Sanders isn't writing it ahead of time. Bernie Sanders is going to do this on the fly. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm tuning into that one. But again, if you're not interested, if you actually want to go further left than Bernie Sanders, there is Donna Edwards. Now, Donna Edwards will be delivering an address on behalf of the Working Families Party. That's also something interesting that you might want to check out. So I'm not sure how many of these are competing against each other, but we can assume that it will happen, of course, right after Donald Trump's State of the Union speech. So if you're interested in watching Trump fall all over himself, or maybe not fall all over himself and just read from a teleprompter, that's fine. But at least you'll be treated to something that's better than the boring establishment response. And so at least that's my plan for tonight. I will probably sit through that speech, Donald Trump, and then happily watch Bernie Sanders. basically eviscerate his ass. So that's my plan for the night. But, so, hey, at least you know you've got options. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.